Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Day-Glo Buffalo and this is Let's Play Kathy Rain Blind. When we last left off, we were back in our dorm room and we had gotten our hack on. Had made our way into our roommate's computer, even though we didn't need to hack it because she gave us her password, but we got some software in, let's say, less than legitimate ways, that we used to, well, get access to, or better, take a better look at a picture that we had picked up. And now we also, can use it to rearrange a recording to make it say what we want to say. And what we wanted to say is something that will make us, or at least put us, in a position to talk to Charles Wade. Now the question is, what can get us to talk to Charles Wade, or better, get us past his daughter, I believe? So let's try and call back and see what happens.
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message after the beep.
Sure, I could just leave a message for that harpy, but I doubt anything I will say will change her mind about helping me. I think I need a more indirect approach. Maybe there's a way to get creative with that answering machine tape.
Thank you for the tip. I already figured that part out, but I was just trying to check what we needed Charles Wade's voice to say. Actually, maybe the easiest thing is if I just go quickly and take a look at the old video with the original phone call and see what I can learn from that. So through the magic of editing, I'll be right back. Okay, so, well, basically what you said is that unless he explicitly tells her that he wants to talk to us, she's not going to put us through. So let's use our computer. Luckily, the password is still there because, what was it? Angel something. Well, anyway. VoiceForge is what we want. Oh. Do we have to reanalyze the voice file? Okay.
Hello, Joseph, Mrs. Rain. It's me, Charles. I thought I'd give you a call. Erica just had her firstborn. It's a boy. Thankfully, he looks nothing like his father. Listen, I was thinking maybe you'd like to come and visit. And what about your little Kathy? Maybe she wants to see the baby. Well, anyways, I hope to see you soon. All the best. Bye.
All right. So, what could we make him say? It's me, Charles. Oh, it doesn't. There's no Wade, but how do we play that? Oh, we have to export it to tape. So we have Kathy and Rain. So, I'd like to... No, there's no talk. I'd like to see Kathy Rain. Give her... No, there's no my. Give her the... No. I thought that was number.
I should probably greet my intended recipient first.
Alright, so I have to clear all. So let's see. Hello, Erica. It's your father. I'd like to see Kathy Rain.
I don't think I need to mention visits just yet. Making Erica agree to have a civil conversation should be enough for now.
Never mind. There is no talk to, though. Let's see, is there a speak? No, there isn't. I'd like to... Well, if call Kathy Rain means he calls me, so... Well, Kathy Rain, maybe?
Almost. Just a few more tweaks.
Okay, she does them herself.
That should work.
Hello, Erica, it's your father. Call Kathy Rain and give her what she wants by. Successfully exported voice message
All right,
to tape.
forged message should now be at the end of the original tape.
Is that relevant to me? It is. Because now I have to combine the tape with the tape recorder.
Not right now. I have the forged message ready for playback.
Oh, so she already has it ready, so can we combine the dictaphone with...
That combination makes no sense.
No, it does make perfect sense.
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message after the beep.
Hello, Erica. It's your father. Call Kathy Rain and give her what she wants. Bye.
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message after the beep.
Hi, Erica. This is Kathy Rain. I spoke to your father. He asked me to get in touch with you and said he would call ahead. You can reach me at 555-8352. Bye. Your move, Erica.
Okay, so we got that sorted out.
Now that's some out-of-the-box thinking.
Yep, just might be silly enough to work. Well, time for a break. Gotta eat something before I pass out.
Okie dokie. I'll stay here and keep digging.
All right, see you in a bit. Hey.
Hey!
So, any progress with the search?
Yeah, I was able to identify that flower. It's called the red scythe, or Rosea falcus. I discovered that there was a small nature reserve near Conwell Springs, which was established in '89. The red scythe is on their list of endangered plants. I made a photocopy of the botany book page in case you want it later.
That's something. I should go check it out. Maybe I can narrow down the place where that picture was taken. And, good work, Eileen.
Happy to help. So what...
Oh, hang on. I'll go get that.
Okie dokie.
So I actually have to instruct her to pick up the phone.
Hello?
This is Erica Wade calling for Kathy Rain.
Speaking.
Miss Rain, this is terribly awkward. I realize now how rude I was before. I wanted to apologize and ask if there is anything I can do.
Rub it in, accept her apology. Well, let's be gracious, because we want information from her.
Apology accepted. You can start by answering a few questions.
Very well.
Alright, well, let's just go down the list, I guess.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather that night in '81?
Not really, no. But what I do know is how it destroyed Father.
It did?
Oh, yes. The two of them were great friends once, and when Joseph was hurt, they hadn't been talking for some time. Father always hoped they would be able to reconnect one day. He kept putting it off, believing they had time. But in the end, it never happened.
So, what were things like back when they were still good friends?
Oh, they were like peas in a pod. Always sharing their war stories and laughing together. In a way, Joseph became the uncle I never had. He was around a lot when Father went out on business trips. Later on, I even met you a few times, when you were just a baby.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, no matter, you were so little then.
Erica, I have to ask, why were you so defensive on the phone earlier when I tried to reach out?
Oh, I don't know, Kathy. Our families haven't been in touch for a long time. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but we all started drifting apart. My guess is that it had to do with Father's growing wealth. Friendship needs common ground, and we started living in different worlds. What happened to your grandfather was the final nail in the coffin. Father just couldn't bear seeing him like that, neither alive nor dead.
I was gonna comment on something and now I've forgotten. Well, anyway, let's move on. No point in me just sitting here trying to remember.
What do you know about Lily Myers?
She was a young artist who lived somewhere in Conwell Springs. Killed herself, if I recall correctly. Dreadful thing. But other than that, not much. We never knew the family.
Wait, her father bought all the artwork.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky? It may be an Air Force call sign.
I can't say that I do. Father had many friends in the Air Force, but no one I can recall by that name.
What can you tell me about Mr. Wade?
My father is a great man. He has so many ideas, so much left to realize, which makes it hurt so much more to see him like this.
See him like what?
The illness and everything, of course.
Right. Yeah, it must be hard.
Oh, yes, indeed. I wish he wouldn't be so stubborn with his treatment. He could go to any state-of-the-art hospital, but insists on being treated in that backwater clinic in Conwell Springs.
The community clinic in the middle of town?
Yes, it's like he's given up and is just waiting for the inevitable to happen.
Oh, what a coincidence that he be treated right in the place where we hang out. Or, well, we hung out on the previous day.
What do you know about Lily Meyer's art?
Oh, that little girl had a twisted mind, let me tell you that. Oh, my father used to have a few pieces of hers in his collection. Horrible things. I couldn't understand why he ever decided to procure them in the first place.
You say used to have. Did he get rid of the paintings?
Oh, either that or he put them in storage somewhere. I haven't seen them for years. I never bothered to ask him why. Glad to be rid of them, quite frankly.
Okay, but maybe he can tell us where he put them.
Do you know anything about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
It's the one and only church in Conwell Springs. I was baptized there, and I married my husband there.
Anything out of the ordinary about them?
Oh, not really. They seem like a typical church to me.
All right. Well, I guess that's all the dialogue options we have. We can't ask her about anything in our inventory, so... Well, I guess that's it for now.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Very well. Feel free to call back if you have any more questions.
All right. Wade is in Conwell Springs. He's being treated in the clinic.
Yes, we gathered as much.
That was Erica Wade. Her father is being treated at the clinic in Conwell Springs.
Being treated? He's sick?
Looks that way. Small miracle they managed to keep it out of the press.
Yeah, I suppose you're returning to talk to him?
It'll have to be tomorrow. It's quite late for that now.
I suppose. Scrabble?
Oh, you're so on. I will crush you.
That night, Kathy dreams.
Turning your pawn into a queen, is that the plan, buddy boy? You know me, I'm always playing the long game, old friend. That may be, but you're running out of pieces. First you lost your queen, then your knight. All that matters is the king. Delusional as always. The king is dead. Long live the king. Check.
September 27th, 1995, day 3.
Good morning, sunshine.
Please tell me I dreamt all those Scrabble losses last night.
3 times in a row.
Rub it in, why don't you? I'll just go strangle myself now.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken Kathy.
Oh, you. Don't be a sore loser. So what's the plan today?
Mr. Wade is the plan. I'll head for the clinic right away. While I'm at it, I'm gonna check out the church and the nature reserve.
Okie dokie. What can I do to help?
Why don't you continue looking into the lights? I have a feeling they're the key to solving all of this. You could also look up the history of Conwell Springs in general, see if anything unusual has been going on.
I'll get right on it.
Great. Thanks, E.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the page I gave you about the red scythe. It's a pretty interesting flower.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Man, again, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken Kathy for a Scrabble player. And that place we saw in our dreams with the guy playing chess, apparently with an upside-down black and white version of himself. That looked like kind of like the cabin by the lake that the Myers live in. And yeah. So anyway, the page. Here's the page. Botany book excerpt. Read, think about, combine.
It's a photocopy of a book page with information about the red scythe flower. Here's an interesting segment. Another interesting trait of the red scythe is the smell, which is familiar to that of a pepper. The pollen of the plant has also been known to cause hallucinations in concentrated amounts. Native American tribes harvested and smoked the plant for that reason, but the flower never caught on as a modern recreational drug due to the difficulty of growing it.
All right. So, flower makes you trip balls. Well, considering the dreams that Kathy is having, doesn't seem like she needs drugs that badly.
Eileen gave me this. Might contain useful information if I come across a specimen. A printed picture of the strange smoky lights. It appears to have been taken somewhere in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, I want to take a look at the picture. Well, this whole thing gives me kind of like... I'm getting some X-Files vibes. Even though I've never really watched X-Files, so not that I'm familiar with the show. I've seen several episodes, but never actually, sat down and watched it as a whole. Is that? No. There was a book on the floor. I thought maybe we could interact with it, but we can't. All right. So, well, it's off to town we go, and, to Conwell Springs we go, and to talk to Mr. Wade.
All right, I'm off. Peace outie.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
All right, so here we have the lakeside cabin, the clinic, the church, and a nature reserve. So let's start off with the clinic. Hey, is that our friend from the jail?
It's that homeless guy who helped me distract Lenny. We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
All right, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
That's what his story is.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
They all sound like winners, though.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Silence of Lambert.
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
I don't think that's how you spell Consuelo, but, well... Don't take my word for it, I don't know Spanish.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Well, at least it wasn't a movie about a guy with incontinence.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during a surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Natural Bald Killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
There's a lot of dying going on in his movies. The protagonist always dies in the end.
Oh, never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
He only saw one light, not 3.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother?
So I take it he's not the cocky that our grandfather was talking about.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
What do you know about Lily Myers' art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac, the priest, is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it. He's a friendly guy.
All right. I might do that.
All right, so we've been through all the conversation options. Anything in our inventory that may strike his interest?
Do you know anything about this flower?
It's red?
Enlightening.
He's not wrong.
Do you know what this is?
Chinese fireworks, of course. I grew up in Shanghai. I know what I'm talking about. They used to call me Dong Pai, meaning round-eyed baldy. Those were some rough years. I miss the food, not to mention the women. Got 2 kids down there now, Mei Lin and little Ping.
Time to hit the off switch now, buddy.
That's so much for oversharing.
I don't need to show him that.
Figured as much.
Do you know what this key opens?
Your heart, mademoiselle?
Oh, brother. Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about the other 2?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
Okay. I don't need to show him that. Wanna smoke, buddy?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer. I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
Right.
I don't need to show him that. I could, but only if I had a really good reason. I don't need to show him that.
All right. So I think we've gone through all the conversation options.
Okay, that's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye.
All right. Well, we got a little bit of information, nothing terribly useful, but at least he confirmed that Charles Wade is indeed at this clinic. But I think we will talk to him in the next part. So for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like or a comment below. Subscribe to stay up to date, and I will see you in the next part. So until then, have a good one.